Process of writing each letter is called calligraphy. Process of drawing is called lettering. Writing means that letters are created using as less strokes as possible. Drawing as much as it takes in order to look good. Calligraphy generally valuable for its flow, dynamic and spontaneity. Lettering by its sophisticated detail work, completeness and sharpness of each line. Lettering give you more possibilities that your work will end up looking good. Good-looking calligraphy, on the other hand, is a process of lots of trials and errors, but end result will be more visually unique. Black letter, as it's called, has a very high contrast of strokes and letters, very thick stems and very thin connecting lines. Whole family of these fonts are made much more to impress. Size of letters depends on a font type. Orthodoxal, old or original calligraphy is measuring size of letters depending on size of a tool that it's been written with. From the start of the text, you could draw dot strokes with your pen and see what size of your letters will be most preferable. Nowadays, it's better to find shape that suits your work best. Modern Gothic calligraphy most of the times look good when its height proportion is drastically increased from original one. Use of guidelines can be beneficial if you're learning how to write long text, but ultimately our goal is that you take a pen and write with it anywhere, anytime. If you always draw a straight guideline, it means you depend on it. You'll need to have a pencil and switch from pen to it, meaning wasting your time. Learning how to write straight is good, but writing without limitation is better. Guidelines recommended at first 1 or 1.5 months of practice. After that, learn how to write straight and even without them. Best practice is making artworks, designs, compositions. You're gonna share your works with people, get attention and stimulate yourself on your new works. Basically, you draw different types of compositions and the ones that looks good, you post them on the net. Also, you get an idea in what other areas you can implement Gothic calligraphy, so be creative. This course will give you important pinpoints of your self-education. It will navigate you through your way to become almost advanced in this area. We will focus on the techniques part, but only on the necessary aspects, because big part of any education is your desire, your goals, and your fun. Also, we'll limit our exploration by excluding aspects of calligraphy and lettering that are not worth learning nowadays, because benefit from them is not worth its time. If you're interested in all aspects of orthodox calligraphy, you can check books by David Harris. Honestly, a long, hard way. Though it can be easier and simultaneously much harder if you learn right knowledge about it. Easier because you're gonna have a map where to go and what to expect, but harder because you'll know how long it's gonna take and will be less motivated than people who developed this map. Approximately 3 years is required to achieve any serious and professional enough results in this area, which will bring recognition and profit for artists. Actually, it's half of the time which people had to spend before. Font is a visual system of letters. Each letter has its own core, a basic form which helps viewer to identify the letter. We can add lots of elements, dismiss only few, but main core always remains the same. To build letter, we use stems and connecting strokes. Strokes that goes beyond baseline, horizontal line on which letters are written, called descenders. Strokes that goes above it, ascenders. Typographers have lots of different terms for each element of a letter, but for our purposes we will satisfy ourselves with most necessary ones. Gothic fonts varies mostly in their main stem. It defines individuality of a font. To make your artwork solid, build letters using one or two as most stems which complement each other. Juxtaposition or fusion of different stems can be artistically correct when it's the goal of artwork, but most of the time it will look sweated and inappropriate. Before learning main Gothic hands, try out to write basic elements, which will help you to understand how those fonts work.